Hey guys, Michelle here. Today I want to talk about 10 very bizarre things that narcissists get angry at. And there is going to be a point to this at the end, okay? But let's get started. And I just want to let you know that all of these 10 things are things that I either experienced or I have spoken directly with people that have experienced these things. So with that in mind, let's get started. Number one, reading or anything that you're passionate about. Okay, so toxic people hate to see you enjoying yourself. So they sometimes will overtly insult you or make you feel like you're a bad person for engaging in something that you enjoy. Or they will subtly say things like, shouldn't you be doing something else? Or why are you always wasting your time? Or things like that. And the funny thing is that after you stop, they will criticize you for the fact that you stopped doing whatever that passion was. Number two, talking to healthy people on the phone. Now, in most relationships, we like the fact that our significant other has healthy friendships, but not a narcissist. Not a malignant narcissist, I should say, or somebody that's high up on the scale of narcissism. Okay? They don't like you to have healthy relationships because that will interfere with their trying to force their reality onto you. If you have healthy relationships, then you are going to have a healthy perspective of what they are doing and saying. And they can't have that. It's just one of the bizarre things that only a narcissist gets angry about. Number three, anything that you've accomplished, any accomplishment, if you get a raise at work, if you get some kind of award or recognition for something that you've done, they will find ways to devalue you. I remember I had one client that told me that she won several awards at school. And every time she would win that award, she would feel really proud of herself. And when she shared it with her mother, the mother would devalue her in such a way that it didn't matter what other people said. It didn't matter what she had felt for a brief moment inside. It was like all of that was gone and that devalue just consumed her within. So toxic people have a way of doing that. They get angry at your accomplishments, so they devalue them, and they actually are training you on a subconscious level to not be proud of yourself and to not enjoy what you're doing or your achievements, which causes or leads to, later on in life, a lot of procrastination. Number four, one word that narcissists hate, and it makes them super angry. And it's bizarre because only a malignant narcissist would get angry at something like this, and that is happiness. Okay? And again, a lot of the anger that the narcissist gets or feels when you're engaging in these normal behaviors, a lot of their anger can be very subtle and fly under the radar. So sometimes, let's say you're out with friends and you are actually having fun. You are actually like in the moment, totally yourself, having a good time. They will fling you this look, the look of contempt. I know a lot of you guys have seen that skit several times, but it's just so true. Right at the moment when you're just being yourself and enjoying yourself, they'll give you this look that causes you to kind of like think, okay, well, what did I do? Did I say something wrong? Why are they angry? Is it my fault? So it causes you to come out of that happiness and get into an emotional state that's more negative. And that's just one of the bizarre things. They are very uncomfortable with a person being happy. And again, just to explain a little bit as to the why behind these bizarre angers, is because they don't feel real happiness. Narcissists don't feel happiness. They can look like they feel happiness. They can fake happiness, but it's all a mirage. They can't really feel it from within. So when they see you having real happiness, they have to shoot it down. So then there's an exchange, right? They shoot it down and now you're not happy. You're either depressed, you're upset, you're confused, you're frustrated, you're not, in your best element. And they see you like that and they're like, oh, wait a second. Okay. The status quo is settled. They are not happy. They are not feeling something that I can't feel. I'm the one that's happy. That's just how their brain works. Number 5, this is a bizarre one, and I don't know how many people have experienced this one. I would be interested in hearing it in the comment section below. But I knew one mother in my face-to-face coaching who told me that at night she was not allowed to let her husband know that she was kissing her kids goodnight. So the daughter would come up the stairs and kind of motion to the mom when the kids were ready to get their goodnight kiss. The mom would actually have to lie and say, "I'm going to the bathroom," as if saying, "I'm going to give the kids a kiss goodnight" was like committing like the unspoken sin. Let's talk about why. Why would a malignant narcissist, I keep wanting to correct myself, it's not just any narcissist, because not every narcissist is like this. When I talk about narcissists, I'm really talking about malignant narcissists. Narcissists that are so high on the scale, they could possibly have NPD, and they are in the realms of toxic and cancerous, okay? So why would a malignant narcissist not like that? Not like that their significant other is kissing the children goodnight. Again, remember, I put the word bizarre in the title because these are bizarre things that no normal person would find a problem with any of these things. But a narcissist, a malignant narcissist, sees that as in 2 ways. One, your focus is on someone other than them, right? That's a definite no-no to a malignant narcissist, even if it's the children. But on top of that, the malignant narcissist knows that you have an emotional connection with the children. You have an emotional relationship with them. It's not fake. It's not for show. It's real and it's beautiful. And they hate that because they don't have the capability of having a real emotional connection to their children, because they don't see their children as separate. They don't see their children as autonomous. Rather, they see them as extensions of themselves. So if they can't have a close, meaningful, emotional connection with the children, they don't want you to as well. Another bizarre thing that narcissists or toxic narcissists get angry at is if you're proud of a talent that you have, okay? A malignant narcissist will get upset, will try to make you feel as if you're selfish, or you are proud or arrogant because you're proud of something that you did. They'll make you feel like that's like a bad quality, unless they can take full credit for your talent and whatever you're doing somehow. And I've seen and heard so many crazy ways a narcissist will jump into a conversation where people are highlighting praise to their partner, the toxic or malignant narcissist partner, for whatever that talent that person has. And I have heard the craziest reactions of narcissists that are trying to draw the attention to themselves and make it all about them. And that person has that talent thanks to them in some way, shape, or form. They are the center of why this person is able to do that. In other words, it has nothing to do with your effort, your time and investment in learning this and in really excelling at what you do. No, it's all about what they have allowed you to do, and therefore that they are the ones that somehow get the credit. It's confusing even listening to myself say that, but that's how it is. They want the credit for everything that you can do. And they will get angry if you try to feel as if you deserve the credit for your own actions. Number 7, another bizarre thing that toxic narcissists get angry at is if they are not the center of attention. Okay, I know this one instance where this one individual would always make themselves the center of attention at anyone and everyone's party. No matter what the party was for, this person always wound up being the center of attention. And I'll never forget one day I happened to be in a conversation with a group where this individual was also there. And somebody was planning a party. And they actually went up to this person in front of a group. It was very interesting. to see this. So went up to this person and said, look, I just want to let you know you're invited to my party, but I'm just going to ask you, do not touch the microphone, do not do this, do not do that, do not do anything to make yourself the center of attention, because this is my party and I want to be able to host it in the way that I choose. That was really interesting to watch. You can only imagine the things and the smears that that person said about the other person whose party it was, to discredit them and make them seem as if they were an awful person for putting that boundary down. But a narcissist, a malignant narcissist, needs to be the center of attention. In another case, I know of this one individual who, unless, you know, if this person walks into the room and everyone is not like head over heels and crazy about their entrance into the room, that they get very uncomfortable and upset, and they can get angry just because they are not being put up on a pedestal by everyone. Here's another bizarre one. So narcissists will hate, malignant narcissists will hate if they're with their significant other and other people are complimenting their significant other. Most people would be like honored. If somebody's like, wow, your wife is so beautiful, or wow, you're handsome, your husband is such a great guy, he's really amazing, you know, and he's a good looking guy. People would be honored to have someone say that to them, most normal people. But a malignant narcissist, the way their mind thinks is, you're noticing someone other than me, and I don't like that. So I remember speaking to a woman in my face-to-face coaching, and you know, we use a video conferencing app, so we see each other, and she's beautiful. This is a very beautiful woman. She's fit, she's in shape, and she's telling me that this situation happened, right? And two of her husband's friends were really just telling him, you know, you're so fortunate. She's absolutely beautiful. She doesn't even look like she had kids, or she doesn't even look old enough to have kids. She's really stunning. You know, you really got a beautiful wife. And I'll never forget her face when she told me that his response was, you should see her without her clothes on. Who says that? Unless her body was like full of third-degree burns all over the place, or she had like, I don't even know. I wouldn't even know how to explain it. It made no sense. In other words, what he said made no sense, but it irritated him that she was getting the compliment and he wasn't. So it was just another one of those bizarre things that toxic people get aggravated about. Number 9 is, if you point out a flaw in the toxic person, and you're not doing it necessarily to say, oh, look, you have a flaw, but maybe they hurt your feelings, right? So if you point out that their behavior was anything less than perfect, they get angry, because how dare you find fault with them? Now, they are all about finding flaws in you, and they have no problem telling you all these things for the good, you know, to help you, so to speak. But they get extremely angry if anyone thinks they are anything less than perfect. And the final thing is, they get angry at imagined slights. So even when you're not trying to point out a behavior that hurt you or that you didn't appreciate, even if you are maybe joking, right, and you're just kidding around with them, they will imagine that you are trying to insult them. They take everything, they're so sensitive, they take everything as if, you know, it's an attack, right? They're always on alert. And they will get mad at the silliest little things. I remember one time I was driving in the car. Actually, the toxic malignant narcissist at that time in my life was driving. And I had the GPS on my phone. And, you know, even though the voice would come on, I still always somehow had to like say, okay, left turn, right turn. Anyway, this person missed the turn. And all I said was, you missed the turn. And that led to screaming and yelling about how I'm always trying to point out, the flaws, or I'm always trying to cause a problem and try to make him look bad, this, that, and the other thing. Imagined slights. They happen all the time in the mind of a narcissist. So yeah, the point of this video hopefully is to highlight the craziness of narcissistic rage. How it really has no rhyme or reason. That's one of the points I'm hoping that you see. But the main point, the real reason why I came up with this crazy, bizarre list of reasons why malignant narcissists get angry is for anyone that's still in the relationship. If you are living your life trying to do everything you can to make sure this person never gets angry, right? And you're trying harder and harder and harder to find this secret formula that will make sure they never get angry. I'm hoping you realize that their anger really has nothing to do with you. There is no secret formula. There's nothing that you're missing. It is not your fault that they are constantly getting angry. The truth is that narcissists get angry for the most bizarre things, and then they use gaslighting and expert manipulation to spin everything around so that somehow you feel like it really is your fault, which only sends you running faster and faster in the hamster wheel, seeking desperately how to find the right way to behave so that they do not get angry. But it's time to stop. Time to stop running in that hamster wheel, because haven't you noticed that no matter how hard you run, no matter how much you yank your personality inside out to try to please this person, they are still always angry. Once again, the anger has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. If you're in this kind of relationship right now and you've been sucked into that hamster wheel, make sure you check out my playlist, How to Outsmart the Narcissist, because there are a lot of tools that you can put into practice that can help you to break out of that hamster wheel so that you could start living as you again.